When you want to start Autosketch, you go to this blue pencil on your desktop and double click it. Some of you might not have that, so you go to Start menu and then go to Programs, and on a newer computer it might be All Programs, and then you go up to Autosketch. Come over to here to the blue pencil there, Autosketch Release, single click that, and then we have Autosketch up. Now this is really important that you start off correctly here. They want you to start this drawing, the tutorial, in the draw template. The first two templates are normal and quick start, and then there's a whole bunch of A somethings that we'll never use. So you want to go down and go into the underneath those A templates and go into the draw template. Double click on the draw template. Super important you get the draw template. Now that we've got the draw template, we will start out by opening up the thing, the tutorial, and you can hear me opening it. You hear this paper? Yes, you need to open the pages and follow along. I've had people who tried to do it without doing that. They were never successful. So I'm going to go to use the drawing aids here, and I'm going to go up here to Grid, turn that on. It gives me these little dots that basically make it look like graph paper. And then I'm going to go into Snap and turn that on. Now my cursor is snapping to those dots. It's set up there. Later on when we do things, it won't snap to the dots. It'll snap to smaller increments between the dots, but for this one it's snapping to the dots. Each one of these dots is a half. It represents a half, and this is the Cartesian coordinate display here. So this is really important because it shows you where you are in this. And if we go over here, we'll see that as I go across, please look up here while I'm talking, but as we go across here, we're going to find that the first number gets bigger. 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. That's your x coordinate. That's your x coordinate. You've all used this in math before. There's your x coordinate going horizontally. Now, there's a small, tiny little comma here, really important, because behind that is your y coordinate. So if I go down here, and let's see, I'll get on 0 on x, and then I'll go up, and I've got 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7. Unfortunately, these go in half increments. It is what it is, and we'll have to just go with it. This is a nice tutorial. By the time you're done with this tutorial, you will have seen about 90% of the features that you need to use for the rest of the semester. So it really covers a great deal of what we need to do. Let's get into Snap real quick here. Let's say I want to draw a line, and I'm out of Snap. So let's say I'm going to draw a line here. I go from here to here, and you can see that I'm not at those corners. Now if I'm in Snap, I can't draw that line. I can get close, but I can't draw that original line. And probably some of you are thinking, oh, well, why wouldn't I want to be able to draw whatever I want to draw? Well, the reason is that you can't, we want to be able to draw something like this, going across, and go right back to that, and always, the points are always exactly lined up with one another, starting and stopping at exactly the same points. If you're out of Snap, that's incredibly difficult to do. If you're in Snap, it's easy. So most of the time when you're drawing, you will be in Snap. And while I'm right here, this seems like a great place to show you a couple of features that this program has. We've got an undo button over here in the upper right hand corner, and we have a redo button there. Very standard features on a lot of programs. We also have an eraser button that's under modify, and you go to modify and pick the eraser head. and then you can click anywhere on whatever feature you wanted, and erase these things. This is not in the tutorial, but it's really nice to know. It's modify, erase. A lot of times in the future you might have to zoom in really big to erase this stuff. Then down here in the very bottom right hand corner, I've got a redraw button. It looks like a little pencil there, and that you click that and all those dots will come back, and if you have gaps and lines and stuff like that, they'll come back as well. So now I'm going to get started on this drawing and start drawing the first line. So coming down here, I'm going to be looking at this coordinate display all the time. So I come down here and I'm going to find positive, because it can go into the negatives, it is right now. Positive ones, positive 3. I think that your tutorial will tell you to find 0, 0. I think that's superfluous. I don't think you need to. If you can find 1 and 3 on here, 1 on X, 3 on Y, then you don't need to find 0, 0. So I'm going to find 1 and 3. I'm going to be in draw line, and then 1 and 3. So I'm at 0 and 2.5, so I need to go up 1 to 3 and over 2 to 1 and 3. And then they're telling me to draw this directly across a horizontal line to 6.5 and 3. So there I am. If you look at the coordinate display up there, it's 6.5 and 3. So now I'm going to turn the page and go to the next thing. It tells me to fiddle around with the undo and redo buttons. You should do that. And then it tells me to start drawing a sun, and I'm going to do that.